G'day, ZiggyD here, and welcome back for some more Legendary Science. This time, loot from 100 kills of the Katagawa Ball. Before we dive into the science though, this week Borderlands 3 is running an anniversary event that gives bonus legendary drops from bosses for the week. This data set for Katagawa Ball was recorded before that event went live, and Legendary Science is on pause until after the event ends so as to not throw off our data. Safe to say, any boss we test now will drop significantly more legendaries, so happy farming. The science will return when drop rates return to normal. So last week, Captain Traunt set a new record, breaking more than one legendary per kill on average and being a pretty damn good boss to farm. Katagawa Ball has been another popular boss to farm for people, but how does he hold up to the sciencing? Katagawa Ball is located at the end of the asteroid zone orbiting Promethea. There's no ammo vendors outside his arena, but there are a few crates you can open near the spawn checkpoint. But how is he to fight? It turns out this ball is more of a giant bellend. Despite not having any immunity phases, he's a right pain in the ball to farm. His first phase is armor, so bring corrosive or cryo damage, and during this phase he'll sometimes pop open his sides and let out a stream of seeking missiles. You can sometimes stun him out of this attack, but I couldn't do it really reliably, so really the only thing you can do is get behind cover and let the missiles crash into a wall. They can be pretty hard to avoid otherwise if you're caught in the open. Also, there aren't too many adds in this fight, so if you do get downed early by the missiles while solo, you might be in for a reset. You can crit his middle eye during this first phase, and it is possible to crit the sides that pop open, but it's not too easy and I couldn't do it very reliably. Blast down the armor as quickly as possible and be done with the worst part of the fight. The second phase, he has a large bubble shield, so shock or radiation are the go here. He also doesn't have any obvious crit points during this phase, so just shoot at the bubble in general. The worst thing about this particular phase is that the bubble shield flashes like a strobe light when it takes damage, so I recommend bringing a pair of sunglasses. Third phase is shields again, but now you can crit the core at the center, and this final phase usually goes down pretty quick. The worst thing about the fight overall is that he doesn't really stay put, flying around and up the top of the arena and outranging my flakking, and sometimes even crossing out of line of sight. What's more is that during the shield phases, he sometimes uses a cryo damage skill which slows you in your attempts to chase him. It took us 30 seconds for a fast kill where the ball cooperated and stood still, and closer to a minute on average overall. So he's a bit of a pain to fight, especially compared to the big dumb Captain Traunt who just stands there for you to shoot. But what were the results? Is he worth it? Well, in 100 kills we got 93 legendaries and 5 anointed legendaries, which means that per kill on average you'll get 0.93 legendaries, 0.05 anointed legendaries, 333,147 credits, and 11.64 iridium. He also gives a bit over 8,000 XP per kill. The highest amount of dropped legendaries from a single kill was 4, so he didn't beat our record of 5 from a single Captain Traunt kill, and overall his stats put him into second place. With the extra effort he takes to kill and the added risks of death eating into your credits and time, he's not really worth farming over Captain Traunt for pure legendary drops overall. But what does he drop? Anything special? According to the data, his most common drop was the Tsunami, with 8 dropping in 100 kills. According to others, this is his loot-tabled boss signature legendary, and the data somewhat backs this up. Also, I've not seen the Tsunami drop anywhere else, further backing up this assertion. The Tsunami is an SMG that fires crossing waves of bullets that bounce off walls and deal alternating physical, shock, and corrosive damage. It's not a bad legendary, but kind of weird, and I'm not really sure how many situations this specific combo would be better than a weapon with a single dedicated element. But if you want to farm one up for yourself to try, then you know where to get it now. The Katagawa Ball did drop the most anointed legendaries we've had, but it's still such a low number that I simply chalk this up to luck. As a fun note though, he did drop me one of the craziest items I've yet seen. This absolutely obscene Deathless Artifact, which is insanely good on shield stacking Moes. It rolled with 23 all-elemental resistance, which is crazy, and the nutty elemental damage boost prefix for 183% increased elemental damage to elements that you're affected by, which means you can shock yourself and then do a ton of extra shock damage. I don't think I'll ever find a better version of this artifact, it's near perfect. Now obviously this was just pure luck getting this, it could have dropped anywhere, but I'll forgive Katagawa Ball somewhat for every time he flew away since he dropped this for me. This all said, unless you want a tsunami specifically, as it stands now, Captain Traunt is the better farm for pure legendaries, and he's far more cooperative to fight as well. And that's it for this episode of Legendary Science. We'll return after the break when the drop rates return to normal. I'm ZiggyD, and thanks for watching.